Hi and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. Today I have some exciting new updates on Volusia County's award-winning trail system to share with you. Then we'll take a look at how the county uses technology to make doing business with the county easier, faster, and better. And we'll get a chance to see how an outdated county government building will soon be renovated and repurposed for use as the county's secondary computer data center. Those stories, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Volusia County's trail system is about to grow by 2 more leaps and bounds. The Volusia County Council recently awarded the design and build contracts for 2 pedestrian bridges that will provide major connectors to the East Central Regional Rail Trail. The bridges will cross over State Road 415 in Osteen and State Road 442 in Edgewater. The $4 million cost will be paid with federal funds. Pat Northey, District 5 representative for the Volusia County Council, is a longtime proponent of the trails.
One of the things that I think is important to recognize about trails and trails construction in the long term, and there's a short-term value to trail building and a long-term economic value. Short-term is you're creating jobs, people are put to work, you're laying concrete, you're spending money locally. Long-term is the economic value that comes from the nature-based tourism market. For every dollar that you spend one time to build a trail, you get back $9 annually in economic value with nature-based tourism. It is a real moneymaker for local communities to build trails and then to invite people to come and tour on them.
The East Central Regional Rail Trail is being constructed along the longest abandoned rail line ever purchased in Florida. The state purchased the corridor from the Florida East Coast Railway in 2007 and turned it over to Volusia and Brevard counties for development and maintenance. When complete, the rail trail will cover 50 miles stretching from Enterprise to Edgewater with a 10-mile leg through Brevard County to Titusville. For more information about Volusia County's trail system, you can log on to volusia.org/trails. An outdated county government building will soon be renovated and repurposed for use as the county's secondary computer data center. Renovations are set to begin this year at the former County Emergency Operations Center located on Keaton Drive near Daytona Beach. On November 19, 2009, the County Council approved a capital improvement project to convert the former Emergency Operations Center to a secondary computer data center upon completion of the new EOC and Sheriff's Communications Center, which was completed this spring. The secondary computer data center will house a portion of over 260 computer systems currently residing in the DeLand Data Center. Kim Westbury, Director of Information Technologies with Volusia County Government, says distributing servers between DeLand and Daytona lessens the business and financial impact to the county if one of the facilities is damaged.
The computer systems that currently reside in the DeLand Data Center are a critical tool for conducting county day-to-day business. These systems must be available without interruption to serve the public and departments. The county uses these systems to provide services such as community assistance, obtaining permits, scheduling inspections, registering to vote, council meeting broadcasts, jail management, and also for paying bills. Without a secondary location, damage to the DeLand Data Center for something as simple as a fire or flooding could result in the county losing systems for several months. As another data center is set up and equipment's procured and the systems are restored.
The former EOC will continue to house control point equipment for the 800 megahertz public safety radio system control point equipment, which is the data network hub for the EOC and Sheriff's Communications Center and other county buildings on the Indian Lake campus, and the secondary switch equipment for the county-wide telephone service. In today's world of smartphones, tablets, and other digital devices, the Volusia County Growth and Resource Management Department is keeping up with technology and making it easier for construction businesses to interact with the county. Connect Live is the department's online permit development and contractor information service. Contractors, permit applicants, and others involved in development can register on Connect Live permits to schedule inspections, make payments, and check the status of applications. Mary Schnebley, the project's coordinator, said offering this technology helps the business community.
There are a lot of small contractors, a lot of small businesses that have limited staff. Let's say the contractor's the husband and their office staff is their wife. Well, it eliminates the necessity for the wife to leave the office unmanned or unwomaned in that case and come into our office to submit their applications. They can simply log in on their computer, pull up and fill out a few fields of information, and then submit it, and it's automatically routed to our plans reviewer. You know, he looks at whatever information that he needs to, and then he signs off on it. There is an email that's sent to the applicant, and they go online onto Connect Live and they make the payment. As soon as they make the payment, the permit goes issued, and the placard is generated, and they can print it right there in their office.
Connect Live Permits currently allows residents to submit certain types of permits electronically, and it allows everyone to research permit and development status information, complaints, and contractor licenses from their home and office computers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I think this program is going to be beneficial because you won't have as much downtime of losing an employee driving on the road. You'll be able to do everything right from your office 24/7. I think it'd be the most helpful to especially the smaller businesses that don't have people that they can spare to do that. Be very timely and very efficient.
Ultimately, the county intends to accommodate electronic submittals for all permit types. To access Connect Live, just go to connectlivepermits.org.
This is sea turtle nesting season. Sea turtles typically use the beach at night, so never shine lights on sea turtles' nests, hatchlings, or adult turtles. Ensure lights are not visible from the beach. While enjoying your night walk, use a red LED bulb or a red filtered light. Bright artificial lights can deter turtles from nesting or lead them away from the water. The beach belongs to everyone, including our sea turtles. Thank you for making it a safer place for everyone to enjoy.
Thousands of recent Volusia County High School graduates are getting ready to further their education, and many of those students aren't going to have to travel far from home to do so. Joanne Magley has more on our county's higher education system in today's Volusia Here and Now report.
Nearly 4,000 Volusia County seniors graduated from Volusia County high schools this year, receiving their diplomas at the Ocean Center Convention Center. Volusia County school officials estimate about 80% of those graduates will continue their education. Students like Nicole Gonzalez, who will be attending Daytona State College.
I chose to go to college because you need it. Obviously, these days, you need a college degree for a lot of things these days, so definitely that's a big reason.
Merrick Sika is an incoming freshman at Daytona State.
I want to become a physical therapist assistant, and it's just been a passion of mine because I broke my ankle, torn ligaments, and I got surgery on it, and then I went to physical therapy, and it helped me get on my feet real quick. I just want to help other people get on their feet.
With 9 regionally accredited universities and colleges, Volusia County offers a diverse focus of academic programs which produces well-educated young professionals to join the workforce each year.
I think there's a lot of appealing factors when you look at Daytona State. Affordability is certainly one of them. Another thing that I think students realize once they get here is the connectivity that their faculty and instructors have within the community. We train teachers, firefighters, police officers, everyone who works in restaurants to works on air conditioning, engineers, computer science technicians. There's so much to like about Daytona State as far as the local connectivity and our ability to help students network professionally.
As a student services advisor at Daytona State College, Max Morgan assists and guides incoming students from their first semester through graduation.
We have the financial aid department we mentioned before,
student accounts, question and answer center, and our great general information desk in case you're just not sure where you're headed.
Health career students get the chance to practice on simulators, fake patients that breathe, talk, and respond to medications.
Ow, that hurts. My belly hurts.
One advantage for students to attend college locally is that after graduation, there are many jobs available.
The Health and Human Services programs, they start working at Halifax Hospital as students. So when they're looking for their best way to network professionally, they already know the doctors, the nurses, and the HR personnel that are going to want to hire them once they have their degree.
So whether higher education plans for your children are right around the corner or years away, parents and students can both be confident in the offerings right here at home. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Joanne Magley.
And did you know Volusia County K-12 schools were among the first in the nation to be designated Ford Next Generation Learning Communities and are one of only 19 operating across the country? This honor affirms Volusia County's commitment to secondary education through integrated reform and redesign of the school system over more than a decade. Each year, the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County hosts a Minority Health Summit, where community partners come together to hear from leading experts in the field of health disparities and health equity. The focus is on ways to reduce health disparities in our community. Stephanie Strong talks to a number of subject matter experts to offer you a closer look at health disparities in this segment of Community Health Matters.
Health equity is achieved when every person has the opportunity to attain his or her full health potential, and no one is disadvantaged from achieving this potential because of social position or other socially determined circumstances. Health disparities or inequities are types of unfair health differences closely linked with social, economic, or environmental disadvantages that adversely affect groups of people.
Well, unfortunately in Volusia County, we actually have relatively mediocre health compared to other counties in Florida. And the primary reason for that is because of health inequities. We have pockets of, in our community who experience unfair or unjust health outcomes. And for that reason, we want to raise awareness about health equity and health inequity to generate interest as well as leverage our partners' work and resources to try to address those health inequities.
Right now we're trying to achieve health equity for all Floridians. We can't do that without having a specific focus on the minority population, obviously. If you look across the board in all of the disease areas, cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, HIV/AIDS, etc., there's a big disparity in the death rates, in the incidence, and the mortality between the general population and the minority populations. So if we're to achieve this parity and this health equity, we have to focus on the minority population. So that's why minority health is important.
Well, very often, for a lot of different determinants, it can be the difference between individuals that have full health capabilities and full access to a lot of different health, and then individuals that don't have that. And that difference between the two, very often we refer to as either health disparities or health inequity.
We are very concerned here in Volusia County, in particular for our Black and Latino children of ages 15 to 19 that are infected with gonorrhea and chlamydia. Our numbers from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have demonstrated that we have a higher number of gonorrhea, chlamydia in that age group. However, we have a larger concern for age group 15 to 34, where we're including syphilis as well, in particular with men who are having sex with men.
Well, we all know that we are charged with being responsible for one another, being responsible as committed citizens. And we, of course, define health equity as helping all of our citizens reach their maximum health potential. At Bethune-Cookman University, our president, Dr. Jackson, has embraced this now as our legacy and the way of extending our legacy of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
Well, one of the really important things when we have emerging technologies that are changing how healthcare is being delivered. And we have an opportunity now to bring that technology into many of our underserved and underrepresented communities with the full intention of increasing access to providers, to physicians, nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and physician assistants.
I believe this is at least our 5th or 6th Minority Health Summit, and each year we focused on something different. But now the pressing problem for all of us is to make that commitment to help each other reach our health potential. We have enough of the statistics, as Dr. Sorensen has said. It is time for us now, all of us, as community partners, community stakeholders, and as global citizens, to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
For more information, please visit www.cdc.gov. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Stephanie Strong, Public Information Officer for the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County.
If you have any questions about this or any other health-related issues, you can log on to volusiahealth.com. And now let's head into the studio to check in with Community Information Director Dave Byron and his guest, Team Volusia President and CEO Keith Norden, for a chat about attracting companies to our county.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. Economic development in Volusia County is a team sport, and the new company recruitment effort is led by the Team Volusia Economic Development Corporation. Keith Norden is Team Volusia's president and CEO, and he's a guy who's been on the road a lot these days, pitching Volusia County as new companies might be looking to expand to our area. Keith joins us in the studio today for an update. How you doing, Keith? Nice to have you.
Good morning, Dave.
Hey, Keith, before we get started on specifics, let's talk about economic development in general. I mean, we use the two words economic development, and they mean different things to different people. What does economic development mean to you?
It actually is the creation of jobs for our citizens here in Volusia County. Always looking at companies, qualified companies that might come in and either expand that are already located here or come in new to the county and hire our citizens.
As you look at Team Volusia, and for those folks that may not be familiar with your organization, it's part of basically a 3- or 4-legged stool in Volusia County. What's Team Volusia's role?
Actually, for business recruitment for companies outside of Volusia County. So it's the identification of companies that are qualified that can expand or either relocate to Volusia County for a myriad of reasons.
And the county, of course, has an economic development division, and their role is basically what, Keith?
To work with our existing industries here in Volusia County as they expand, and also to do a visitation to make sure that there are no other needs that, they are desiring, so that they can continue doing successful business here in Volusia County.
And then we have other elements of the Economic Development Partnership, the CEO Alliance being one of those. I guess those are your corporate icons that are part of the picture as well.
That's correct. And the CEO Business Alliance is led and is funded by our corporate icons here in Volusia County that are so important as we recruit industry. That we collaborate daily, or sometimes more than daily, with the CEO Business Alliance as well as the county's Division of Economic Development.
And when you think of the whole landscape, Keith, I mean, there are many, many other important players. For example, you know, our school system and our colleges and universities, of course, the cities and the county working together. You know, you have the VMA. I mean, all of this to be successful requires a lot of energy and a lot of synchronization of everyone working together. I guess that's why we call it a team sport.
That's correct. And many of those stakeholders are part of Team Volusia. That's the exciting thing about how Team Volusia was formed. So we have the Chambers of Commerce, we have the colleges and universities, the Volusia County Schools, VMA, all the entities that we would need to bring to the table when we do have a company visit and there are decisions to be made by the corporate executives of that company.
And I think I'm correct in saying, as it relates to funding your organization, I believe the County Council is the largest funder of Team Volusia.
That's correct, the largest public funder, and then we're supported by 9 cities in Volusia County, 9 of the 16 cities, and then we have almost 50 private sector investors.
So now we got the team, and we're hard at work. In general, Keith, how do you think things are going?
I think things are going beautifully. I think we've turned the corner for the economy. Our unemployment here in the county is below the state's average. That's excellent news.
Right.
Building permits are up. We have all the signs of the economy turning in our favor.
You know, it's interesting, you know, there's been a couple of new hotels announced, and that comes right together with the announced expansion and upgrade at the Speedway. Embry-Riddle has announced a new corporate tenant from France, I believe, in their industrial park, and all of this seems to be coming together at the right time. I don't know in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years that we've seen any more positive buzz in Volusia County.
We haven't, and the buzz is out there even across the state. People are really talking about Volusia County and our capital investment that is due to occur this year and in coming years.
There's one thing we know is they only make so much oceanfront.
That's
and
right.
you know, we had and do have vacant oceanfront properties, and everyone kept saying it's just a matter of time. Rightly priced properties, it would be a matter of time before all of these things would come together.
That's right. And I've read where just the first announcement of the first hotel, the first major hotel, has brought renewed interest to the beachside.
I know you've been on the road a lot, I mean quite a lot, all over the United States and in fact in Canada and other locations. I'm curious, Keith, when you're out on the road pitching a company to come to Volusia County, what are you selling? I mean, what are the key points that you sell?
Well, the purpose of our travels in business recruitment, very targeted missions, is to raise the awareness of Volusia County as a business destination. We've got a great reputation out there for a wonderful beach, a great place to come and enjoy motorsports and the races and various other things, but we need to get the word, and that's what we're doing, that this is a great place to operate a business. So we have ratcheted up the amount of activity for outreach so that we can be sure we're getting the message across to site selectors who do control many of the projects that relocate or expand, as well as our corporate industries that are in our targets so that they can be aware of the business advantages. Business advantages, of course, are many of the Florida advantages: no personal income tax, lower taxes than where they are coming from.
Right.
And then our geographic location, our sheer geographic location, being on the east coast of Florida with I-4 and I-95 coming through our area.
As I said earlier, you have been on the road. I mean, you must have a packed suitcase at all time. You've been to a number of different locations. Tell us what you've been up to.
Well, actually, the most recent mission that we've come off of was to Canada, and that was a direct a result of a conversation I had with the International Speedway Corporation. Their ticket sales have dramatically increased from Canada, so when we were planning our international program, they said, we know there's interest in Canada. Canada is a huge investor in Florida, and so we went to Montreal and Toronto, meeting with many aviation and aerospace companies, along with typical manufacturers. Excellent leads. We are, while we're an economic development organization, we're also a sales organization where we work with metrics and goals. So every bit of our activity goes to fill the pipeline with leads to be pushed through for projects and hopefully locations to Volusia County.
If someone said to you, Keith, how many active leads are you working on right now? Do you have a number that you could actually respond?
We do. We talk about it daily, so I have the exact number. We have 20 projects in the pipeline, and we have another 17 leads to add to the first initial stage. Now, many of those are in early stages, which means they're looking all over the Southeast. So we can't count on all those 20 projects to locate. But we do, that is a daily meeting that I have with the staff to look at each and every project. We try to make sure that they visit Volusia County. We're hard to explain. They need to understand what we're made of, what the assets are. So our major purpose is to have them come here, kick the dirt, meet our local leadership, see the product that we have, and then they can make an informed decision about hopefully relocating.
Don't you think if you can get the decision makers here on our soil in Volusia County to look at the ocean, to look at the industrial infrastructure or what have you, that's a major advantage to actually get them here.
It is. If they don't visit, we won't make the cut, of course.
Right.
They have to visit, they have to see what we have to offer, and then we feel that we've got a great advantage and that, you know, they may very possibly locate.
You know, Keith, last question. By sector type, what do you think are the top 3 or 4 sector type of industries that work well with Volusia County?
Just looking at our project list, customer support, technical support centers, because we have the educated workforce, we have a trained workforce for that, and of course with our 430 manufacturers, manufacturing is an excellent target for us. We have the great Manufacturers Association with key manufacturers here, and then of course office, regional headquarters, we've got office staffs, we've got some of the top corporations, public and private here, headquartered here in Volusia County, and of course with Embry-Riddle's presence, aviation and aerospace.
Well, Keith, I want to thank you very much for sharing the information with us. If there are people out there that would like to get in touch with you, maybe they'd like to talk about an expansion or relocation or just get some information, how do they do that?
Please feel free to call me. Go on our website, Team Volusia EDC, and my contact information is listed there.
Well, Keith, again, thank you very much. Our guest today has been Keith Norden, President and CEO of Team Volusia Economic Development in Volusia County. And as we said, economic development is a team sport. So with that, we'll go back to you, Amber.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the program, just give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org. You can also watch the show online. Just go to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. You can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. In fact, here's something that might interest you. This month there'll be 2 guided hikes. The first one on July 20th, you can explore Hickory Bluff Preserve, which is the jewel of Volusia County's conservation lands. Then on July 27th, take a guided hike of a section of Hart Island Conservation Area. For more information, you can call 386-736-5927. And last, we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today, Volusia County Government's weekly radio program. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a wonderful evening.